Hello everyone, this is Fundamentals here, and today I have yet another Lego Monkey Kid X Reader story. So I currently have two of these stories lined up, this being one of them, which is an MKX gender neutral reader story, and I also have a Sun Wukong X gender neutral reader story. Um, I will be honest, I actually am not the most proud of this MK story that I made. I actually feel like I could have done a lot better. So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link my Tumblr blog in the description below, and if you guys want to make a request for an MK story specifically, go ahead and just put it on my Tumblr ask box because I actually have been kind of meaning to take requests on certain characters. I also have been thinking about writing for Nezia. I don't know if I pronounced that right at all, but whatever. I have no idea if I'm gonna write for him or not because I actually did read one story for him. It was technically a headcanon, but I'm kind of curious about Nezia's character now. So if y'all want me to write for him, let me know. Um, but yeah, I'm literally over here simping for like a bajillion different characters in like a Monkey Kid, so it's a little weird. But enough about me. Let's go ahead and get started with this story that I feel like is kind of crappy, but you know what? We're gonna read it anyway. This is an MKX gender neutral reader, and the story is simply titled Journal. So without further ado, let's get started. MK had just gotten back to his apartment from yet another hard day of training. Monkey King had really been pushing him hard lately. But don't worry, they can take it, right? Right? Apparently not. At least, not right now. So when MK flopped on their bed face first, he was surprised to look over and see a book of some sort on his bedside table. They picked it up and looked around as if anyone was there to watch him, but they didn't know if maybe this was planted by a demon. He opened the book to the first page only to see two words written in his best friend's signature handwriting. Your name's journal. MK was confused as to why their best friend left behind their journal, but he chalked it up to your name being a little spacey and ending up leaving it behind from the last time they visited MK. But regardless of how the journal ended up on MK's bedside table, it was here, and it was also giving them an impossibly hard choice. Put put it aside to get back to your name, or read it and then put it aside. We all know what choice MK made, let's not lie. They turned to the most recent entry, eager to see what their best friend was journaling about. March 15th, year XXXX. Currently sitting in MK's room, he had to go out into the city super quickly to beat a demon, but he said he'll be back soon. I kind of wish I could fight like them. They're so strong, and he has been really doing well with training if he's able to beat some of these demons. I know I have written enough mushy stuff about Shoshin in this journal, but I can't help it. He is just that cool. They're too good for me, too. They told me not to come after them into the city because he didn't want me to get hurt. I won't lie, a small part of me is hurt that I would be such a liability, but he is so precious that it's impossible for me to be mad at him. I love that goofball. MK was sat in shock and quickly skimmed through a couple other previous entries and then reread the latest entry to double check that that their eyes were actually correct in what they were seeing. Needless to say, they were. MK could feel his heart hammer in his chest as he struggled to take this all in. What was one to think when their best friend said they loved them? MK carefully shut the book and put it back on his bedside table. He pulled out his phone and texted your name's number. He just said, "Hey, wanna come over? Long day." Sure enough, your name responded almost immediately. "Already on my way. Just picking up some snacks and stuff." MK felt her heart swell at the fact that your name was already headed their way and was getting some food for him. Your name is too good for me, he thought fondly. When your name made it to MK's apartment, MK all but teleported to his door to let them in. "Hey, sup, dude?" "Not much." It did unnerve your name that MK didn't say the ceiling like they normally did, but he did say it was a long day of training. Your name walked past MK and went over to the kitchen to pull out the snacks they bought for the pair. But while they were pulling out some favorite flavor of chips, MK snuck up behind them and wrapped his arms around their waist, resting his head on the crook of Your Name's neck. Your Name froze to the spot. And so did MK. What are you doing? Your Name asked with a small laugh in their voice. I actually don't know. I saw this in a movie once. MK responded awkwardly. Your Name laughed loudly, making MK's heart jump a little at the sweet sound. Well, want to sit down and watch a movie? MK mumbled yes, but they didn't let go of Your Name. Dude? Yeah? You gotta let me go, silly. He thought for a moment before picking Your Name up. MK, what has gotten into you? Your Name squirmed around violently despite their adorable laugh. Nothing. I just didn't want to let go, MK said defensively. He plopped Your Name down on his bed and began setting up the TV for a movie, selecting some random rom-com movie that neither of them had seen. While the two of them were watching the movie, MK couldn't help but feel distracted by the journal that Your Name unknowingly left behind. The journal that was sitting only a few centimeters away from the two of them. MK made a bold move at that moment. Given the fact that the two of them were sitting right next to each other, they scooted a little closer to Your Name, laying his head on their shoulder. Your Name didn't question it at that moment and instead laid their head on top of MK's. The pair just sat in a comforting silence. Eventually, though, MK put a stop to it and spoke up. So, you left your journal here. Is that why you've been acting so weirdly affectionate with me? Your Name said curiously. They didn't even seem mad, more just surprised. Maybe. Your Name laughed again and wrapped an arm around his shoulders. You're such a dork, Shoshin. MK smiled and looked at Your Name's sweet face. Yeah, but I can be your handsome little dork, you know, they said cockily. Your Name looked at MK from their eyes to their lips. He got the hint pretty quickly and leaned forward, but not all the way. They gave Your Name just enough room to back away should they decide to, but they didn't. If anything, they leaned in the rest of the way, kissing MK as though they'd disappear. The two of them kissed each other, growing more and more desperate as the makeout session progressed. MK ended up pushing Your Name down onto his bed. Eventually, though, they broke apart for air. You're too good for me, Soshin. He laughed at that statement. He laid his weight on top of Your Name, listening to their rapid heartbeat. So were you, though. I actually did try to go a little bit more daring with the makeout session at the end of this story, but I don't think I went hard enough because I kind of felt like that I kind of rushed it. I may rewrite this, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to write another story for MK, like I said. So if you guys want to make a story request for MK specifically, go to my Tumblr blog and request it there. I even made posts on my Tumblr blog saying like, "Hey, I'm taking requests for MK," or even like seeing about Neja. I know that I can't pronounce the character names in the show, okay, but leave me alone. I'm really stupid with words, so leave me alone. But in all seriousness, though, I think that the next character I'm gonna read for is gonna be Sun Wukong, and I also have a Red Sun story in the works. I swear, I was not expecting you guys to really like this content so much, but looking at the views of these videos that I'm getting, I'm pretty sure I'm doing something right, and my Tumblr likes are really going through the roof. So I'm gonna keep doing it unless told otherwise. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching, and this is Phantom Murder, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. Bye bye!